Hydroxychloroquine, what the fuck are you? This week, Dr. Fauci crawled out of his tree stump, saw his shadow, and declared 3 more months of coronavirus. Before retreating, he threw out a first pitch that looked like Walt Jr. got struck by lightning, and somehow it wasn't the worst pitch in the Capitol. America's frontline doctors, or as they're known in medical school, the dumb kids, descended on DC to tell the world schools can open, we don't need to wear masks, and corona has a cure. This suicide squad of strip mall scientists with completely objective viewpoints just happened to be funded by the Tea Party Patriots, which sounds a lot more like Epstein's 4th of July party than a conservative think tank. The most charismatic of the doctors without diplomas, Stella Emanuel, fresh off a bottle of syrup, claimed that you don't need to wear a mask and hydroxychloroquine cures corona. Believe all women! Now, some have attempted to discredit this hydroxychloroquine, but her past research sold like hotcakes because she hit the sweet spot. She said that impotence is caused by evil spirits. Duh! Glenfiddich is the most evil spirit there is. 2 shots and I can't Glenfiddich it in anywhere. It's like trying to pierce a Capri Sun with an earthworm. She also said kids are losing their religion because of injections, and if you think that's crazy, you haven't been an altar boy. Can't cover those scars with a Band-Aid. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, what the fuck is hydroxychloroquine anyway? And I'll tell you because I just Googled it. Basically, it's a malaria medication. No, I said malaria. And if you don't know what malaria is, congrats on being from the first world, baby. You see, where poor people live, mosquitoes can kill you. In Africa, they need mosquito nets to save lives. In America, we use them to make shirts for gays. So, what does this have to do with coronavirus? Well, a French doctor named Didier, not Diddler, Didier, once famous for figuring out alien technology with Will Smith, tried to save the world again. He conducted a study using hydroxychloroquine to treat the Wuhanic plague, and he reported amazing results with 20 patients. What he didn't report is the 6 patients that actually got sicker, and one of them even surrendered to the disease, which is the most French thing to do. Unfortunately, the faulty study got out, and the rest is politics, baby. Word of the successful hydroxy studies got to influential people like Donald Trump, who's a sucker for undocumented Euro trash, and Elon Musk, who loves electricity so much even his hair plugs in, and they treated that information like Ellen treated her staff, with no care, and fired out into the world. So, why are the results of hydroxy studies for corona more mixed than Herman Cain's funeral? Well, it turns out there are different levels of scientific studies. As the levels go higher, the studies increase in complexity, kind of like the final boss of the Kama Sutra. In other words, as the studies get more stringent, the results get more accurate. For example, there's this guy. He had sex with a girl. 3 weeks later, she's pregnant. Then the kid is born. The kid looks just like him. Same nose, same ears, same skin. This is getting offensive. Based on the results of that low-tier study, it seems like this guy is the father. But before he makes a crazy decision like raising someone else's cum, he needs to do a higher-tier study. So he hits up a trusted medical professional for a DNA test. He does the test, and the diagnosis is...
Andrew, you are not the father.
I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you niggas. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with...
So, Mrs. Buttergirth and people like her are using low-tier studies to validate their personal experiences and confirm their beliefs. Here's a perfect example. She's claimed to have cured all 350 of her corona patients, but this is her practice. It's next to a Marshall's. If you had a serious case of corona, you're not gonna go to a place that has more fitting rooms than emergency rooms. Dr. Stella didn't give us any real data at all, only a compelling story. So here's the deal. If I'm at the hospital because I caught the Rona and nothing is working, please believe I'm gonna try some of that Hydrizzer. And if they don't give it to me, I'm Ubering to a Houston strip mall. I said strip mall because what do I have to lose? And that's why I'm annoyed that this medication has become politicized. Trump tweeted about it because it obviously fits his narrative, but just because Trump likes something doesn't automatically mean it's bad, like golf or banging titan-tittied porn ponies. Just ask fellow tycoon Tiger Woods. There was an amazing joke in there that 99% of you missed. Anyway, it seems like because of his cosign, groups are trying to block access to a safe drug that was approved 65 years ago. How about we let doctors prescribe what they need to prescribe? Okay, not all doctors, but these local pharmacy boards should realize when they block access to a drug or when big tech censors information about one, they're creating the big pharma conspiracy themselves. And to all the people saying, big pharma doesn't want you to have hydroxychloroquine, Big Pharma makes hydroxychloroquine. That's like saying McDonald's doesn't want you to have a McChicken so that they can sell you McNuggets. Either way, Mickey D's is making money and you're getting colon cancer. Don't get me wrong. The pharmaceutical industry has done terrible shit like price gouging life-saving drugs, slinging opioids like they're heroin, and making women expect dick at 60. So it's okay to question Big Pharma. It's okay to question science. Matter of fact, questioning science is the basis of science. But Dr. Stella's video isn't science at all. It's a Houston pastor demanding Fauci's piss, and trust us, Stella, his pee is clean. So, if we can't prove the drug is effective and it needs more research, why did this video get passed around more than a lunch lady in the NBA bubble? The answer is simple. Because we want it to be true. We are desperate for hope and we want to believe things are going to return to normal. Our lives have turned upside down. And I'd like to take a minute, so just sit right there and I'll tell you how we became a country with bad lungs and no air. I am sorry about that, guys. I just got a little entangled. But really, if you shared that video, I don't think you're dumb. I don't think you're a science denier. I don't think you're a bad person. I just think you want your life back. You want your kids to go to kindergarten, because if you have to make one more macaroni necklace, you might be the first person to do a homeschool shooting. Listen, we're all like Stella. We're just trying to get our groove back. So in conclusion, we should allow doctors to prescribe the care they believe is right. And at the same time, trust the medical review system to inform those doctors of the most effective treatments. It's not a perfect process, but over time, it's undeniably improved. We should all be able to voice our opinions and ask hard questions. And it's through that dialogue that we truly create a more effective system. But hey, that's just what I think. And if you disagree, feel free to get a second opinion. Thanks, guys. Peace.